All right, let's talk about something we've all felt. You're speaking English, and then it happens. You say something, and you get that instant sinking feeling in your stomach because you just know it was wrong. It's a terrible feeling, right? But what you do in that exact moment, well, that can change everything.
So just, picture it. You're in a conversation. It could be with a work colleague, maybe a new friend you're trying to get to know, and you're actually feeling pretty good about it. The words are coming out, everything is flowing.
And then, bam, it happens. You use the wrong verb tense, or maybe a weird preposition slips out. It doesn't even have to be a big mistake, but you hear it. The second the word leaves your mouth, these little alarm bells just go off in your head. And that is when it all just stops. The freeze. All that confidence you had a second ago, poof, it's gone. Now all you can think about is that one little mistake, and you can't even remember what you were trying to say anymore.
But here's what I really want you to hear. That moment of panic, it's not the end of the world. In fact, what you decide to do in the next couple of seconds, that is the real secret. It's what separates the people who stay stuck from the people who become truly fluent. So let's break this down. Why do these little slip-ups feel so heavy, like they weigh a ton? Well, the secret isn't in the mistake itself. It's all about how we react to it.
And this, right here, changes the whole game. For years, we're taught to just not make mistakes, but that's not the real issue. The thing that actually kills our progress is that internal monologue, that voice that just beats us up the second we make a tiny error. This is exactly what's happening inside your head. The second you spot a mistake, your brain just flips a switch. You go from actually being in the conversation to standing outside of it, judging your every word. You start asking all these questions, and that hesitation, it's the biggest enemy of speaking with confidence. Okay, so if the reaction is the real problem, then the solution is pretty clear, right? We have to fix the reaction. So the question becomes, how do we do that? How do we train our brain to recover instantly instead of just freezing up? This leads us to a really powerful new way of thinking. Instead of seeing mistakes as failures, I want you to start seeing them as momentum. It sounds simple, but trust me, this little shift in perspective is a total game changer. Think about it like this. A mistake is not proof that you're bad at English. No way. It is proof that you are out there, in the arena, actually using the language. It's a sign that you're trying, that you're pushing yourself. It's a signal of effort, not failure. And here is a secret that so many of us miss along the way. Fluency was never, ever about being perfect. Let that sink in for a second. Truly fluent speakers, they make mistakes all the time. The difference is, they don't let it stop them. They just keep going. Their confidence comes from their ability to keep the conversation moving. Okay, so we've got the mindset down. Now let's get super practical. I'm going to give you your immediate, in-the-moment action plan. This is what you do in those few seconds right after you realize you've made a mistake. It's just 3 really simple steps. First, pause. But listen, this is not a panic pause. It's a quick 1-second reset to stop that freeze from happening. Second, you make a choice. Either correct the mistake or just keep going. If you know the right way to say it, you can quickly fix it. Like, he goes. But if not, just keep moving forward. And third, this is the most important one. Stay engaged. Don't start apologizing. Just keep talking. Because here's the bottom line. Your main job in any conversation is to keep the flow going. Communication is all about connection, about that back and forth momentum. When you recover quickly, you're choosing that flow over this impossible, stressful idea of perfection. Now, it's one thing to know this 3-step plan, but it's another thing for it to be totally automatic, right? We want it to be a reflex, not something you have to stress about in the middle of a conversation. So, how do we actually train this recovery system? We're going to use something called the copycat method. It is so simple, but it works. You just listen to a sentence that's grammatically correct. Then you immediately repeat it. But you're not just saying the words, you're trying to match the exact sound, the rhythm, and then you drill it. Say it again and again and again. This is literally building the correct pattern into your brain's muscle memory. And you want to know the best part? You don't need to spend hours doing this. This isn't about some long, boring study session. All it really takes is a super focused 2-minute routine every day to start rewiring your brain. So here's what that routine looks like. For the first minute, you just listen and repeat one single sentence pattern. In the second minute, you turn off the audio and you say it all by yourself.
You focus on saying it clearly and with confidence. See, you're not just training the grammar, you're training the feeling of what it's like to speak correctly and smoothly. So let's wrap this all up with one fundamental truth. You are going to make mistakes in English. It's going to happen. That's not optional. It is a non-negotiable part of learning any language. Nobody gets a free pass on this one.
But, and I really want you to take this with you, letting that mistake crush your confidence, letting it make you feel small, that part is 100% optional. That is the part that you have complete and total control over. So what's different now? Well, now you have the mindset. You have the tools. You know that a mistake is just a sign of progress. You have a 3-step recovery plan and a 2-minute daily routine to make it feel automatic. So next time you're talking and a little error slips out, what are you going to do? You're not going to stop. You're not going to freeze. You're going to pause, recover, and keep right on speaking.